Hey guys, Matty here. A very long overdue welcome back to my YouTube channel, with the series now brought to you by Sparesbox. I'm super excited to be here today to reintroduce myself and offer you a bit of an intro into what's to come for myself and Sparesbox this year. Firstly, a huge thank you to the Sparesbox team. We have partnered with these guys together for the 2022 season to create some really exciting content for you. We'll be chatting about my competition car, my street car, and the cars that I've helped build in this very workshop you see behind you. We'll have the opportunity to dive deep into the build of my S15, including suspension setups, motor rebuilds, rear mount radiator setups, Haltech ECU packages, problems I've encountered along the way, and much, much more. I'll be releasing these clips monthly and encourage anyone out there with any questions, whether it be surrounding my S15 build, the car, my previous car builds, my Street 180SX, or anything else that you see here in the workshop. I encourage you guys to reach out with any questions, comments, or feedback, and I will have the opportunity to discuss them in all these upcoming videos. So first, a little bit about me in case we haven't met before. Having started drifting in Sydney at the age of around 20 years old, I've been super fortunate since then to have competed across Australia, throughout New Zealand, as well as Japan. My first ever drift car was an SR20 180SX that I built with my bare hands on the floor of my dad's shed. I worked day and night pretty much for 6 to 12 months, making mistakes, watching how-to clips on YouTube, trawling through Nissan Silvia online forums, and learning from the ground up. Everything related to piecing the car together I was pretty much covering. I've come a long way since then and have learnt so much more about building cars for different purposes. Supporting others in their journeys to build their dream car is something that I'm super passionate about, and that's exactly why I'm really excited to bring this content to you guys over the coming months with Sparesbox on board. To give you a bit of an insight into some of the recent projects I've been working on, this is my SR20 powered 180SX that I was really lucky to pick up around 4 to 5 years ago, just before the prices skyrocketed due to COVID. It's a really well put together entry-level package. It's got knuckles in the front, an aftermarket lock kit obviously. It's got some rear control arms in it, pretty basic. It's got an aftermarket diff as well as an upgraded gearbox. You can pretty much just jump in the car and drive it, maybe with a sneaky oil change here and there if you're lucky. At one stage, I did actually have to change out the bearings when I heard someone knocking at the door, but that's definitely a story for another day. Next, we have my best mate's S14 behind me. He and I have been building this car from bare shell over the last 12 months. It's a 1JZ powered Camaro facelifted S14. He's driven the car only twice and so far has already ordered himself a sequential gearbox. So you can see this is a real labour of love for us, much to his wife's disgust. We've also been lucky enough to pick up an OEM S15 that I've been tinkering away with. If it hasn't been sold in the upcoming months, maybe I'll think about giving it away once we hit 50,000 subscribers. Finally, we've saved the best till last. We're releasing a lot of content featuring my competition S15 that you see right here beside me. Yet again, I've been hard at work building this car from start to finish for around the last 9 to 12 months, but it's been a rebuild that I've dreamt of for years. This is a car that really elevated my competition drifting in 2016 when it made its first trip across the ditch to New Zealand for the Trans-Tasman series. After a few seasons, both here and in New Zealand, I moved on to competing in the Performance Automotive S15 that we built together in 2017. In 2018, we then took that car to D1NZ and moved it on to Japan as well, where I competed in Formula Drift.
And once again, Matty Hill gets out of the gate really strong. Tip to tail there on initiation. Nice job getting in the pocket by Matty Hill. A little bit of angle unwinded by Kume out front. And Matty nearly grazes that back bumper.
Since then, this beast has sat here in my workshop untouched for more than 3 years. So Sparesbox and I have partnered together to bring you a huge amount of content featuring not only this car, but much more. Everything from my choice to trialing a rear mount radiator setup, which I haven't done before in S15, how this car is tuned, the new Haltech Nexus ECU, why we had to unfortunately rebuild my stock 2J is coming to you guys on this channel as early as next week. From there, I will also take you through some product reviews and take you through a couple of hands-on projects featuring these builds behind me. As I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions, comments, feedback from any of my new videos, please get in contact via my Instagram page, my Facebook, or comment below, and make sure you subscribe to this video not to miss any more content that is upcoming. In the meantime, I've also popped a link to the Sparesbox website below for anyone looking for any fittings, any automotive parts, performance parts, anything you need. They have a very extensive range. Have a look through it. So until next time guys, have a great week, and I really look forward to seeing you guys back here in this workshop where we're going to be shooting some really amazing content this year. See you guys soon.